Hello guys and welcome back to Toucan Tarot. We've got a lovely reading for you today. Singles, what is next? I love this because us singles need all the advice and insight as we can get, right? Thank you so much for those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, and welcome new people. As mentioned in my last video, I'm going to be trying to upload a whole lot more, so definitely leave me a comment below and let me know the types of videos that you'd like, because essentially this is for you. Also, thank you so much for those of you that I've been clicking on my ads and watching my ads. It's the most wonderful energy exchange, as it only takes a couple of minutes of your time, but it really does mean the world to both my channel and also extra income for my family. So it's much appreciated. Thank you for those of you that do that. Yes, so singles, what is next? That's what we're looking at today, and we have three wonderful cards and crystals. First of all, we have Jane Austen. I'm going to pull that up here so you can have a good little look. Jane Austen. And then next we have Albert Einstein, who we all love, good old Albert. He's next. And then we have the wonderful, oh, I love her, Billie Holiday. So three wonderful cards with crystals for you to choose from. If you'd like to skip straight ahead, timestamps are down below. What I always like to do when picking cards, though, is just take a moment. So whilst you're deciding on which suits you or which one you're drawn to the most, and you know, some people may be drawn to more than one, in which case it's absolutely fine to pick two or three. There may be messages in there for you. So again, you know, whatever resonates with you. But I'd just like you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's see what resonates with you. Wonderful. So those of you that chose pile number 1, Jane Austen, this reading is for you. So let's get cracking. We're going to pop those to the side just for the second. And yes, Jane Austen, what a wonderful, awesome hero she is. We would all be, well, I certainly would be bored without her. I love her books, but we'll go into her and her card more specifically in a moment. I'm going to draw the cards first, and we're looking at singles, what's next. So again, I am using today the wonderful Lunar Soul Tarot. This tarot deck is meant to only be read upright, so I'm going to stick to the tradition of that tarot. But I love these cards. I've not used them for a while, so I have given them a good shuffle already, but I'm going to do another quick shuffle now. And yes, I do a lot of work with my spirit guides as well. So mostly, in fact, we're going to be getting message from my guides. And this is purely coming through me, not from me. So do remember that. And let's see what happens, shall we? Oh, inspired to take that straight out. So we've got the Hierophant, the 10 of Cups. Yes. We've got the 8 of Swords. We have the Moon. We have the Queen of Discs. And we also have the Page of Swords. Got the King of Swords. Got a sword action going on here. And the 8 of Cups. So I'm going to be using some other decks and affirmations, cards and all that kind of thing, oracles. But let's just dive in here to start with. And we'll see what lays ahead. Let's have a look. Right, let's go for it. Okay, well this certainly is exciting. There's quite a few bits going on here. Let me just tune in with my guides. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, let's start with the Hierophant that we see right at the beginning here. You definitely, and you know, it's very much as actually the card explains itself, my guide's saying, in the sense that there's definitely someone around you right now that you could get great knowledge from. And we even have the Queen of Discs straight underneath that. There's so much goodness coming to you, and almost not just in love. We've got a few kings down here and obviously the cups, but on a work front and something, not just work, but your own spiritual growth as well. You know, your own mind, and forget even the word spiritual, but your own mind, which of course is spiritual. But yeah, just think of your own mind right now. There's so much going on. And there's a key person in your life right now, is what I'm hearing, that directly can give you so much knowledge and wisdom. You have so much yourself, I think, as you will know, you certainly put yourself in, a steady position of quite forward thinking and an ideas person and so forth. But there's someone right now around you that really not only wants to give you knowledge and help you with, I'm feeling definitely a business or a venture of some kind, whether it be personal or business, but wants to help you with this new venture. And you should absolutely accept that. A lot of the times I'm hearing that some of you like to do things yourself, and are less quick to grab the arms of help that are offered to you, but you definitely need to start doing that more, because we've definitely got people around you that want to help you right now, one in specific. And we also see with the Queen of Dish straight underneath that, there's some really bright things ahead of you. Things are you're gonna go on a bit of a whirlwind with change, as far as not even just business, but it's almost in life in general. This whole shift is going to shift your whole self, and specifically your mind. But with that is going to come fortune and success and abundance. I mean, we've got the Ten of Cups here, which of course just an abundance of friends and family and loving times ahead. I have a feeling that definitely the majority of you will, you're already in quite a stable position already, and it's going to get better. It can always get better. Remember that. When we think we have everything we want, it can always get better. Always room for more greatness. And certainly that's what we have in the cards for you. We do have the Eight of Swords here, and I'd like to show you this card because it's the imagery on this is quite apt. You see a wonderful lady here that's kind of wrapped in a tower, and the one thing I want to point out is the hair. So she has her hair completely windswept across her face, which has left her unable to see, what exactly is going on. One thing that my guide is telling me, and he's laughing while he's saying this, because it's like you're sometimes your own worst enemy. You think you're in a far worse position than you actually are, and if you could only swip back that hair, obviously metaphor there, out of your eyes, you can actually see that things aren't as bad as they seem. In certainly, I think in the love area, this is coming through strongly. I'm being reminded to tell you that, which this already, so it's just a reminder that vibes and energy is such a strong force. Whatever it is that you're feeling is what relays outwards. And much as we said here, times are good for you, things are going well, but for whatever reason you've got kind of this cover over your eyes. Apologies, I'm just going to turn off my phone there, it's beeping away. That's kind of not allowing you to move forward. You're almost seeing it murkier than the reality actually is. So again, a big reminder to sweep that hair from your eyes, so you actually have a clear view, and to be kinder to yourself. Again, this worst enemy thing, it's like you need to hold yourself in a much higher regard than you do, and look at what you have achieved, the things that you have got around you. Obviously tough times and tough situations, and specifically, I think, again, in the love area, what's coming through is, you have had your heart broken, or you have had down times in that area, or incredibly difficult times for some of you. But you have to remember all the goodness. It's so easy to dwell, and it's easier said than done, without a shadow of a doubt. Far more easy said than done to dwell on times, the sad and the bad things, because for whatever reason, negative energy, it just sticks that much more, doesn't it? And negativeness. But it's really important that you concentrate now on really viewing yourself, how others see you, how your friends see you, and those that really do care about you see you, which is wonderful. So be kinder on yourself, because you really have, got a lot in place that's to be celebrated, but you just can't quite see it, and that's you that's stopping you, not the actual reality of the situation. Okay. And again, much like with the moon over here, it's a similar thing. I mean, firstly, the moon, you see that right at the end of the major arcana, and it's a wonderful card. It's a time for I mean, look, everyone's celebrating the moon here. You've come far in your journey. The end is near. But one thing about the moon that certainly is coming to me right now, and a message for you, is much like we were saying over here a moment ago, you know, the moon is like a mirror. You know, it reflects straight back out, doesn't it? And it's just a reminder to really, the way you view the world, you need to view it through the right lenses and be a mirror of that. You know, if you view things in a negative light, you're going to get that negativity back. If you view things beautifully, you know, so when problems arise, when problems come up, rise up. When you're faced with love, smile and enjoy and accept that love. When you're faced with problems, hit them head on. You know, be a reflection of what you see in the world in a positive way. And certainly that's the message that's coming through here. And much the same as I mentioned, tying into this card here, for sure. We mentioned earlier, and I'm going to hit upon just before we go to the love aspect, because you've got a couple of messages coming out here in the love aspect. But, you know, my guide's saying it really is so, so important for you to really see what you have already, because you have so much. Oh, you got goosebumps then. And you really need to open your eyes to that and realise exactly what it is that you do have. We've got the Page of Swords over here. We've also got the King of Swords. And I'm actually seeing this as a representation for yourself and a future love is what's coming through. Oh, I do have to sneeze. Bear with me. Oh, excuse me. Bless you. Bless me, rather. But yeah, you know, the Page of Swords, we see someone that's just ready to take on the world. Pardon me. Excuse me, I've got the sniffles today. I think there's something in the air, clearly. But yeah, so really, you know, this represents you right now. It's, you know, you feeling strong, ready to take on the world. And there's still that, I want to say, naivety to you, but it only stems from, my guide saying, from this, your own lack of ability to see yourself as that queen or king, you know. But you'll get there, and you are absolutely getting there. And then we see the King of Swords here, which is definitely representing, my guide's confirming, a new love coming in. And, you know, this person, you see obviously the swords, and people often, you know, put that in with toughness and, you know, force, shall we say. And this person didn't get to where they are because of force. They got there simply through being a wonderful leader. So this person's definitely a leader of some kind. Obviously, male, female, whatever relates to you. But they're really quite a force to be reckoned with. And I'm so happy to say, certainly someone that is going to really be quite not only intellectual and they definitely love their luxury, that's for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. So, you know, you're looking at someone that from the outside may appear quite peacockish, shall we say, you know, is very well groomed, looking fabulous, but that should definitely not be an indication as to, you know, just how they are inside. They're full of everything, you know, the love and so forth, but they're definitely... yeah, definitely, I always want to say a highly educated person, but they've definitely succeeded in where they are in life, and they very much have, you know, they're at a very good standing. They've got over a lot of hurdles, and there's been many, but they're definitely a great standing of their life and where they want to be moving forward. I'm so sorry, just excuse me 1 second, because I really have to blow my nose. I'm not sure where these sniffles have come from. I'm just going to cut this bit out. Oh, apologies. Got a bit of a cold coming on, I think. But yeah, so definitely this person has, you know, struggled, and let's just say it's been an adventure, is the thought. You know, I can just see someone climbing through all sorts of rings to get to where they finally are, and they are there. But yeah, a real noble. And when I say noble, I don't just mean of noble standing or breeding, but I mean, you know, really integrity, great integrity. So this is going to be a really, really, really nice partnership for you. A really nice match. And certainly with both your sword energy coming through, as I mentioned, this one would be representing yourself. There's a real connection there. I almost want to say instantly. And interestingly enough, you know, one of the things that's just coming through to me is that this is somebody that you will meet through acquaintances of yours. So again, a reminder to get out and start enjoying life as much as you can wherever you are. I know that, COVID and all these different things, certainly there's still restrictions in some areas, but, that doesn't necessarily mean to parties and out partying, but you just need to start enjoying life a bit more. And through the people that you meet, this person will present themselves, or someone, of course, that you indeed already know. Not that you know them already. I'm feeling it's definitely a new energy that's coming in, but definitely through an acquaintance, not just somebody you meet randomly yourself by off chance. Having said that, there's definitely still heartache from the past here. And I'm definitely feeling that coming through. Your last relationship, or maybe some of you one previous that you've not quite got over, I'm definitely feeling a heartache here. And almost not wanting to let go. And the time is now. We see the guy. We've got a person here that's just rowing away from this island, and there are many cups on this island, so why they're rowing away, but and it depends how you look at the Eight of Cups. It can be obviously many things, but again, most of the messages that come through from my guides, not the cups, the cards directly, getting all my words muddled today. And the message that's definitely coming through for you is that it's time to, exactly in the sense of rowing away, it's time to really cut off loose, and leave those empty cups behind of the past relationship, because it serves you no justice. Whatever you may think, and I feel that for a lot of you, you feel this quite strongly, is that relationship possibly was meant to be, or that you had a deeper connection than isn't so. It very much, I'm seeing here almost a tie and cutting it, in that it's time for you to let go of that. And we'll definitely go into this obviously more in our extended reading. I'm going to be doing an extended. You'll see the link to below to that, and we'll certainly look into this new partner a little bit more, and over here in regards to past relationships. But yeah, the overall message is just to let go, because you have wonderful things coming in. I have a feeling that this is connected as well, and that's coming through quite strongly as far as, why you do see yourself through negative glasses, for want of a better explanation. But it's time to cut off. It doesn't serve you. The biggest thing I'm hearing is it does not serve you. I'm going to actually be really super inspired to pull out some The Universe Has Your Back guide. These are just some really nice messages. Let's see what we get through from here. And this is obviously directly to you. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. That's a wonderful, wonderful message. And, definitely throughout this as well, people hate to hear my guide saying to me, you're probably one of these people that say, I've been working on myself for years. How can it still have to work on myself? And hey, there's lots of things happening. It's not like you just have to work on yourself and your spirituality and nothing else. There's lots more coming in, as well as people, as we've just discovered here. But, my guide's asking me to put it to you this way. No one can ever know everything, right? There's always more to find out. Even the great old Albert Einstein that was from the other deck, we pulled that out earlier. Even he was one to admit, you can never know everything. So when we're asked to work on our spirituality and open up, and it needs more work, it's just asking you to keep on going, because we're never at the end of anything. There's always more to discover, there's always more to do, there's always more to be and think. And it's just a real reminder of that, to keep going. And certainly with your light worker activity, and bringing it back to here as well, you are such a positive, bright being underneath, and for whatever's happened down here, you really need to break through that, darling, because you're absolutely on the cusp. But again, you just need to shift those bangs or that fringe out of the way, and you'll see all the beauty in your life. But I'm just going to show you that one more time. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. And it's so true. You don't, enough doing, just be. A lot of the time we say, don't just think about it, do it, more action. In this case, it's just be, because you are already, and you need to realise that. Let's have a look here. I'll pull out another one for you. Oh, these cards are so lovely. When I move my body, actually two have come out here, so I'm going to read both, but let's start with this top one. When I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansing, and strong. Oh, exactly what we were saying down here. When you move your body, you feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. And that's not just in the physical sense, but, you know, move everything out of the way, and then you can see clearly. Stop putting this, you know, you're going to put these together. Stop putting all these obstacles up in front of you. When I can move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. And very much so, exactly the same with the moon, you know, you are strong, you are empowered. You just need to go for it and realise this more. And we've got another one lovely here. I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. And absolutely, you don't realise what a shining bright light you are to all of those around you. And you know, this is a really big reason why you have got these people, so many people around you willing to help and wanting to help, because they see you how you don't see yourself all the time necessarily. You know this inside, but you know, you need to remind yourself a lot more. Affirmations. I'm going to pull up a couple of affirmation cards for you actually. But you need to remember this, darling. You know, you have to just realise again what gifts you have, because the gifts that you've been given are a high service to the world. And the more light you shine, the more that shines around you. Again, going back to that moon vibe there, reflection we were talking about. It's so important because energies don't lie. And, you know, when you're thinking a certain way of yourself, then it's not that you are that, but that energy transmits. And that's why, you know, you get back what you give out, so to speak, in energy. And it's really, really important, please, that you remember that. And you need to think more positively about yourself and everything around you, because the universe certainly does have your back. You don't need to worry about that. I'm going to put out some affirmations because this is something that you need to start doing majorly. I choose love no matter what. Absolutely. Choose the best in everything. You know, I do my affirmations daily. I never used to, and there are times when I, you know, pick it up and put it down. But it's so important, you know, as humans, we're forces of habit, right? And habits are hard to break, they're hard to start. So you just have to start doing your affirmations morning and night. It takes all of 15 seconds. I like to do mine when I brush my teeth, you know, whenever you've got a moment. And I just say to myself, you know, obviously I've got my own personal ones. This needs to be one of yours for sure. I choose love no matter what. I'm going to pull you 3 out that you need to start doing right away. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Happiness is my brightness. Exactly what we've been saying. This one is really, really important for you. Happiness is my brightness. I love these cards. They're so pretty and wonderful. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about how I see the world. Oh, sorry, there you go. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about this world I see, rather. That's so important for you. It's exactly everything we've been speaking about. This is a great, great affirmation. Please pause this video or take a screenshot. This is definitely, I mean, all 3 would be ideal, but this one you mustn't forget in your morning and nighttime affirmation ritual. Again, I mean, I read that in 3 seconds. When I lean on certainty and faith, I can change my mind about the world I see. And you really need, I'm going to put that right under this card here, you really need more of this. So those are wonderful. I choose love no matter what. Happiness is my birthright. And when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Beautiful cards, and so apt for you. I'm going to pull, again, feeling inspired, a Work Your Light Oracle card from Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. And this is a message for you from your guides. We're going to see if we can get any messages come through now, what you need to hear. Lemura, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, and absolutely yes, it is happening for you. Heaven on earth is being created by you, and you need to just keep going and going and going, because there's so much love. Remember, I mean, I'm going to do an overview in a moment, but there's so much love around you. You just need to start seeing it yourself. I'm going to put out as well 2 cards. I mean, obviously in the extended, we're going to go more into, let me just move these over, more into your future love down here, a little bit more briefly, before we move on to your future love, because I do want to say briefly on that about this heartache of the past, this past connection here. But we're going to dive into them in more detail. But just a snapshot now, I'm going to pull out, these are wonderful deck, it's the Music Oracles. And I just want to pull one out, you know, that almost gives you a bit of characteristics as to how you will be in this new partnership that's going to be happening. And let's see what we've got. So for you, Prince, I love Prince. And for them, Amy Winehouse. Wow, okay, I love that. So we've got Prince that came out for you. And this is in the relationship together. So, you know, certain vibes that you'll have ones in each other's company. Do what you damn well like, but always do it to the utmost. Never lose touch with your colourful side. Your dream home lies outside of time. You're going to be bringing Prince vibes to this relationship. I love that card. And the vibes they're going to be bringing are Amy Winehouse. I mean, what an absolute legend. Oh, may God, your soul be resting in peace, Amy. I had a moment then. I'm a really big fan of Amy Winehouse. I think she's a wonderful character. It's just a shame we lost her too soon. But the vibes that your new person is going to be bringing are very Winehousey. So learn to love your truant heart. Honeymoon should last a lifetime, and treat your scars as your best feature. You know, much like Amy Winehouse, this person, and obviously, you know, we talked about that king vibe that they were giving off and that they've, you know, arrived at. They know themselves. They've certainly know and feel very confident in who they are, and very much exactly like it says there, you know, they treat their scars as their best feature, and they're very proud of even the hard times that they have had, because it's made them into who they are today. And that's something that's going to help certainly heal you over here in the situation we were talking about in the past, because you don't always see those moments as a positive. You're still seeing the negative sides of them, but they will definitely help you see that. And yeah, romance in abundance. So that's always great to hear. Lovely. And I'm going to finish off with your Jane Austen card. Jane Austen, I'm going to read it for what it says here, if you want to have a quick look firstly. I love Jane Austen. Do you guys like Jane Austen? Let me know in the comments below. I adore her, all of her stuff. I think, I was going to say, I'm not sure which one. I love all of her books. It's hard to choose, isn't it? But it says, none of us want to be in calm waters all our lives. It is truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. And there are as many forms of love as there are moments in time. You know, one thing I loved about Jane Austen, and that last line really kind of emphasises that there are as many forms of love, as there are moments in time. And again, it's just a reminder, be more Jane Austen, and you know, how she viewed the world. And even with all the drama, you know, life would be very boring if we didn't have these ups and downs. We have to have these ups and downs for growth, right? Otherwise there's nothing to learn from. And as I said, growth is never ending. We talked about this earlier. Growth is never ending. So, you know, don't be afraid of growth. Don't be tired with growth. Don't be what's the word that's coming through here? It's almost like you're exasperated, like, oh, more growth. But don't be. Growth is wonderful. It just makes you shine more light. Exactly what we've been talking about. What a lovely reading, guys. Really lovely reading. I mean, just as an overview. So, of course, we've got, I'm going to pop them there for a second. Of course, we've got love coming, so you don't need to worry about that. It's absolutely coming, and more than likely, and again we'll go into more of this in the extended, but more than likely through an acquaintance of yours, so that's super special. And there's a lot of love around you, and you're being asked to take note of that, especially reach out for those helping hands right now, because there's someone around you that's going to give you real great knowledge, as we saw here with the Hierophant and the Queen of Dis. Someone really special that sees you as very special, but the knowledge that they're going to be giving you is really going to help you just explode in new ways. You know, it's big, it's something big. It's not just someone wants to help you garden or someone wants to help you tidy your house. No, this is something that's going to be quite life-changing for you, and it's going to almost be a ripple effect for the rest of your life in a great way. So really, you know, those people that offer help right now, take it, because there's someone in there that's really going to be quite life-changing on your life from. So definitely look out for that. Remember, you are a reflection of what you see. We said here, didn't I? When I lean on certainty of faith, I change my mind about the world I see. It's all about what you're seeing. It's all about what you're not seeing. So just make sure you look at life in a bright way. Remember the reflection of the moon we spoke about. You know, you really do have the world at your beck and call right now, and brilliant big things are happening. We've got lots of family and celebration and friendship and love, and honestly, I see nothing. I mean, this is such a lovely reading. I actually just did a private reading earlier, and you know, oh, bless it, it was quite a dark reading, and it's so wonderful because it's like day and night. You know, this really is a beautiful, beautiful reading, so I really hope you've enjoyed it. But yeah, you know, remember to cut off things that don't serve you from the past. They're gone now. They're gone for a reason. There are instances, of course, in life where things come in and go out and come back in and so forth. But this one I'm hearing is not that kind of, you know, not that kind of one. Not anything that's going to serve you anyway. So I'm being told to literally, you know, cut that cord and really let go of what happened there. But again, we'll go into more of that later. But you just need to shine your light more, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, remember. I'm just going to read out one more time your affirmations. Remember, morning and night, guys. This for you is especially important. I choose love no matter what. Happiness is my bright birthright. Absolutely is. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Guys, super, super reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click on the extended if you're interested in a little bit more about this love life that's coming to you, and we'll delve a bit into the things that may be holding you back. But overall, just nothing but bright, beautiful energy. And I'm hearing that you really deserve that. So, oh, God bless you. May the universe bless you, rather. I do say God bless you a lot. You know, I'm more spiritual myself. Whatever you believe in, it's blessing you. Believe that right now. The world is about to shine on you in a bright light that you haven't felt before, and embrace it. Most importantly, see it. See it. Oh, sending so much love and light to you guys. I'll see those of you that come and go for the extended. It's super cheap, $2.22. So those of you that want to click on that link, you'll find it down below. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. It makes a world of difference to my channel, and you'll get lots of updates of future readings I do. And comment down below. I love to hear from you guys and what you thought and so forth. So please do comment too. But sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly really super enjoyed reading for you. And I hope to see you soon. Peace out, guys, and take care. Lots of love. Hello and welcome back. So we are doing singles, who is next? And this is for those of you that chose card number 2 and crystal number 2, which is the wonderful Albert Einstein, and quite an apt crystal. I don't know if you can see the beautiful light on that. So let's get cracking, shall we? We'll put good old Albert up here, and we'll come back to meanings in a moment. Again, thank you so much for coming and watching this video. We're going to start with the Lunar Soul Tarot, who I have actually given these a good shuffle, but I'm being guided to give them a little bit more of a shuffle. And I just want you to really ground yourself while I'm doing this, and take some deep breaths and really focus in on your inner self, and we'll see what messages. As I've said quite a few times now, guys, I mainly read through my guides. So we've got Makatao with us today, and yeah, I mean, really the cards just act as a trigger, so to speak. But let's see what we have. So we're going to start. We've got the Magician, ooh. Queen of Wands, the Empress, Queen of Discs. Oh, a lot of female energy here. And we have the Nine of Discs. And again, this is singles, what's next? We have the Fool. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Ten of Swords. I'm going to pull out all sorts of different cards. We're going to get some oracles involved as well. But let's just start here, shall we? And see where it takes us. I'm actually going to move my camera because it looks a little bit wobbly there. There we go. This is so super exciting. Oh, I'm getting the best energy here. So in regards to love, we'll pull out some more cards, but this is all about you. I mean, you've got so much greatness coming. Obviously, we start off here, we've got the Magician, and this is really speaking of, and the message that's coming through is that, now is your time. Now is your time to claim and move forward with, there's definitely a big project going on here, and it just leads to so much greatness. I mean, obviously, whatever this is that's about to start, you're being reminded that you need to remember that you have absolutely everything you need to go forward. And, with the Magician, and certainly the word illusions coming through, that it doesn't matter if it's illusion, how this is starting doesn't have to be set in plan as the way it's ending, if that hopefully makes sense to you. And you're being guided to just go, just with the tools that you have now, just go, and that you will pick up tools along the way and people and different plans and so forth as you move forward. Definitely getting, and just confirming this with Makatao, we're definitely getting the vibe of that this is a project that's going to lead to financial greatness, huge financial greatness. I mean, we've got the Nine of Discs, we've got the Empress. As I mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of super feminine vibes coming through here. So regardless of whether you're a woman or a man, that energy that's coming through, which is a real nurturing energy, but speaks of absolute success and growth. There's definitely some prominent characters here. I mean, of course, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Discs, and this speaks of, Makatao is saying here that, you're going to have somebody come into your life that's really going to, and not just one person, but a few people. I almost see like a sisterhood, so to speak, that are really going to help you on this journey. But one in particular, that you need to grab their hand, really kind of push forward and listen to the advice from them on this project that you've got coming your way. You're definitely being reminded as well, obviously we have the Empress here, that I'm hearing the saying is, you must lay your head back so that you can remember how to move forward. And it's just a reminder of looking after yourself. I'm very much seeing you as I'm literally seeing you running through a field just non-stop, not even looking around to see what's happening, just boom, tunnel vision, which is great on one hand because, the extreme focus that you're going to have with this is wonderful and needed. But it's also reminding you to just slow down a little bit, and take in not only what's around you, but also to look after yourself a little bit more as well, and spend a little bit more time nurturing yourself. So definitely just slow down, okay? But yeah, whatever is coming in, it's definitely, again, I'm getting such a huge feminine energy here, but without a shadow of a doubt, there's great success coming, and we're talking in monetary terms, in friendship terms, but really this is a financial project that we're speaking of here. So for those of you that are already at the start or on the journey already of a certain project or a certain venture, keep going. For those of you that haven't started yet, you certainly probably have something in the back of your mind that you've always wanted to do, and you've always really wanted to go forward. Now is the time. And again, what we're reminded of here with the Magician and also the Fool is that, you don't need to have everything in place to go, because everything that you acquire now isn't necessarily going to be everything that's there at the end, the finish line, so to speak. So it's reminding you, and I'm definitely getting the messages through of just, just go with what you have, because you have everything that you need right now, and everything that you don't have will come into place as you venture through this journey. I'm getting a lot of, I'm almost seeing like a cage in the sense that you can see in the distance exactly what it is that you need, but you're not allowing yourself to break through. And for a lot of you, again, it's what we were talking about in the sense of you think that, oh no, this needs to be in place, that needs to be in place, or I need to get this bit of equipment, or I need to do this, or I need to put this. No, just take a deep breath. Literally do that now. Take a deep breath and just know that this path is set, and there is going to be so much success. I mean, look at the Nine of Discs here. This speaks of someone that's smelling their roses, smelling the fruition of their hard work and labour. And that is absolutely going to be you. And this isn't the only card of success here. There's so much. We've got the Seven of Wands as well, which is showing that real brave, and you've got this. You've absolutely got this. And you just need to go forward. again, you know, obviously we've got the Fool here, and that's just reminding us, much like the Magician, is that, you know, you don't have to know everything. You know, the Fool comes at the start of the journey, doesn't he? And it's when they're ready to go, ready to start. And again, it's just reminding you that, you know, even at that very base position, you need to go forward. And for those of you that are already in this venture or project or whatever it is that you're in the middle of doing, it's reminding you to just forget everything and just start again. Just start from now, because you do have everything. And again, there's, for some reason, you tend to put these blockages ahead of you, and there really is no need to do that, because you've got everything you need at your disposal. We've got a vibe coming in here. I mean, obviously, I've not spoken about complete love yet. This is all more about fortune and I say career, but for a lot of you, it's not necessarily, for a lot of you, it is a job, of course. We're talking about monetary gain here, for sure. But, you know, for a lot of you, we're talking about something that's passion. So even if you're thinking of this project that we're talking about, or whatever's been in the back of your mind, go with it. Even if you don't see the monetary gain at now, it will come, is what I'm hearing. So again, whatever first came to your mind when I started talking about this, again, it doesn't have to be, you know, you may not have any monetary gain right now, but you need to go forth, because my goodness, it's going to bring that gain. But yeah, there's not much of the love coming through here yet. I'm going to pull some more cards in a moment. But we do have the Ten of Swords here. And my guide's telling me that this certainly is. I mean, it's almost like the horrors and fears of, you know, your situation have been fully realised. And guys, I'm so sorry about that. My battery literally just went. Let me just straighten this up a bit. Yeah, my battery just went, so I'm so sorry about that. Let's start again, shall we? In regards to this. So yeah, we come to the Ten of Swords, and definitely what's coming through here is that the love aspect, because, you know, obviously this is a lot of the reason why we came here, singles and so forth. And your spread so far has been absolutely prominent and, you know, blasted love aside for the fruition of joy and monetary success that's coming your way. But with the Ten of Swords appearing, and again, you know, Makatao is definitely saying that, yeah, that this definitely is to do with love. And as I was saying, it's almost as if, you know, the fears of a situation have been finally realised. And I'm getting that this is definitely a past love of yours. So whatever happened before, it's almost like you're finally coming to terms with that. You were very hurt by it. I mean, this, you know, card kind of says it all. You were super hurt by it. It's almost like it cut you to the core. But the good news is that it can't go any further, you know, and this very much is the end of the pain that you felt there. So know some joy, and I hope that brings some kind of peace to you, knowing that the days of mourning this person from the past are definitely over. It's an indication of, you know, undeniable difficulty that you face, but the growth that can come from this situation is already beginning to bloom. And again, this card, you know, really does translate that well. You see this chap here, and he's been stabbed a million times by these swords, but note the flowers that are blooming from that. So, you know, you've been through a huge healing process, and certainly on the love side, you've been very hurt, but know that that cycle is absolutely coming to an end. And it's not, you know, when things like this happen in our life, guys, they make us who we are. There's no mistakes. There's no, you know, everything happens for a reason, is what my guide's saying. Everything happens for a reason. And when it does happen, it may not feel fair at the time and so forth, but it makes us who we are, and we learn from it. Even if you can't see the lessons now, you certainly will moving forward. But what I will say, and I'm going to pull some more cards out here in relation to the love, is that moving forward, this is absolutely a fresh start. And, you know, that mourning for that past relationship that you've had, or that past person that has left you deeply hurt, is without a shadow of a doubt over. Let me just pull some more cards in relation to this and love. Because again, you've been dominated, which we're not going to complain about, because, oh my God, you've got so much success coming your way. I'm so excited. I wish this spread was for me. It's wonderful. And there's no doubt that you will succeed here. I'll go back into that in a moment, but let's just concentrate on the love aspect and what's happening over here. So we have the Four of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords coming through. So again, the piece that we spoke about that's coming, it absolutely is, and you see that here with this lovely chap, and as you can see, he's kind of finished his project of making these beautiful, crafting these beautiful things, and he's now laying back in peace and almost. See, this is a signal, and it'd be confirmed as well by my guides, that you really are coming to peace with, or shortly entering that peaceful stage of whatever has happened in your past. And I'm hearing that a lot of you, it's almost been too difficult to even think about, or when you do think about that certain situation, the energy that surrounds you, oh gosh, I feel energy big, and what you have been feeling in the past is it's anxiousness, and it's all the negative energy sides that come in when you do think of that situation. But certainly the new path that's kind of lighting the way, and as I said, you're coming into a peaceful period with this now, one of reflection, one of peace, one of groundedness, and that you're actually going to be able to sit back and replace those thoughts and start to replace those thoughts. So when you think of that, you're going to see all the positive sides. Again, when the worst thing happens in the world to us, certainly matters of the heart, oh goodness, they hit harder than anything else, right? Because our heart is so precious. And when that happens, it's so easy when you think back of lost love or, broken love, that we do concentrate on the negative. But you're really being asked now is to use all your power. And let me tell you, the inner strength you have, and we saw that over here with the Seven of Wands, is absolutely fierce, is the word I'd use, fierce. I mean, again, we've got all this fierce feminine energy coming through. And what's great and slightly different, I'm being told to remind you, and it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy watching this, we can all have both energies, right? But the feminine energy, it's more of a grounded fierceness that's coming through rather than, that masculine ego energy, shall we say. So it's such a beautiful energy that you have, and you're being asked to remind yourself of that, because whatever happened here, it's not that you don't know that, and it's not that you necessarily think negatively all the time, but certainly when matters of the heart, you're being asked to give yourself a break and start to see the light in everything that has happened, okay? We then have the Knight of Swords that's come through, which, I mean, this is definitely a new person coming into your life, certainly one of high influence and power, so to speak. It's going to be a brand new person, so this certainly isn't somebody that you've met before, and they have so much energy. I mean, the energy I'm seeing just literally like this, like a flying through the sky, a ball of fire, so to speak, just super amazing energy, and very much on their way to leadership. They're not quite there yet. I mean, obviously we've got the Knight here, not quite there yet, but so eager. This is a person that's travelled well, wants to travel more, and the growth. You meet those people that are just constantly wanting to evolve and constantly wanting, to try new things, to do more things. This is that person. I mean, they're such a bundle of energy. It's unbelievable. And the vibes that I'm getting now are just wonderful. Eager, excited, just ready to take on the world, and that energy is going to be infectious to you when you meet them. But definitely someone new that you haven't met before, and without a shadow of a doubt, what's coming through here is during this whole process, they will present themselves, and they're attracted to you because you have a very similar energy. They're definitely a little bit more outward than you are, but grounded at the same time. I've made them probably sound very fireball-like, but very grounded at the same time. So that's super exciting. Let's have a little bit more look into this. I'm going to draw some more cards here. But definitely new love coming. But again, this all trumps that. So even though this new love will enter, it's along this journey. And there's just so much goodness, guys. And I'm so excited for you. And I definitely feel that it's been a long time coming. But again, remember we spoke about that cage and, almost being behind it. You need to just open the door. You have the key to that cage. Just remember that, my guide is saying, that you have the key. And it's just a case of not worrying about, oh, I need this or I need that, or I'm not, complete yet. I'm not how I want to be when I present myself to the world. No, you absolutely are. And these are just, shackles in your own mind that you need to release yourself from. You absolutely are ready. And oh my God, the goodness that's coming in. We've got the 5 of discs coming out and the 6 of wands. So definitely through this whole venture and this whole work project, this is where you're going to meet this person. And the way they're going to come in, and what I'm seeing here is that they're going to be of help. It's going to be a moment where you're kind of, I want to say, second guessing yourself, or there's a slight struggle, not huge struggles, because this path is very, very clear. It could not be clearer, guys. But definitely they will be there at a time when you're kind of not entirely on your full, your brim isn't completely to the top. You're not entirely full. So it will be at a moment of a slight down moment, and that's why there'll be such a breath of fresh energy, breath of fresh air rather to you, because they will help you and they will inspire you, and they're going to give you that kind of va-va-voom back that we spoke about to kind of allow you to rally on, because you've got a big project here, and they'll also remind you. Yeah, my guy's saying, this is going to be the person. We spoke earlier about throughout this journey, don't worry about what you have around you, or most importantly, don't worry what you don't have around you. It will all fall into place. And this person, when they come in, they're very much going to be a reminder of that to you and ignite that spark again for you. That not is lost. The spark will never go throughout this process. As I said, it's a very clear run. But a little bit of the spark, let's say it's slightly dimming, and then they come back in and boom, they give you that burst of energy, the exact burst of energy that's needed at that moment for you and to remind you. And success is going to come of that. We've got the 6 of wands here. They bring harmony. The greatest thing about this person is the communication between you both will be second to none. This is definitely going to be a person. We meet people in life, and certainly when it comes to love and others, communication, I'm hearing, is a really important thing for you. And this person's going to have that. You're going to be quite, be able to connect on quite a deep level. They're very open in their communication, in their life and so forth. It's the kind of person that's almost, they bear their scars proudly and show off anything that's happened to them, even the most, the hardest moments in their life and things that others wouldn't be so willing to share because they see it as a downside to something. They're the complete opposite. They see everything, as a positive. And again, it's this kind of energy that's going to transfer to you and really ignite you, and you're going to fall in love with that energy because it's refreshing, is what I'm hearing to you. You're not used to having such motivating people around you, not of this kind. A motivator they absolutely are, without a shadow of a doubt. Let me have a look here. We've also obviously got Albert Einstein that you pulled off. I love Albert Einstein. What an absolute dude. It says here, objects in a mirror are closer than they appear. The distance between two objects is always relative. The simplest things are sometimes the most complex. It's just a reminder of everything we've been saying, that first one, I love objects in a mirror are closer than they appear. It's like you definitely are. And again, the simplest things are sometimes the most complex. I'm going to read that again. The simplest things are sometimes the most complex. You see the complex in that right now. And the whole point of this, and one of the biggest messages through this reading is, again, the simplest things are sometimes the most complex, but actually they're the simplest things. So you just don't think too much. At the moment, you very much, and this is when it comes to love, and also when it comes to your adventure and your work and that side of things. And Albert's reminding you just to, let go. The simplest things are often the most complex, but note the simple in that sentence, not the complex part. I hope that makes sense. And it's the same actually when it comes to this person. I think because this person is quite a giddy, raw type of person, even though you'll fall in love with that energy, one thing that's coming through is you may think that, they're not serious enough for you in the early days. But let that go. You think too much is what my guide is saying, and you need to just relax and bring it in a bit more. I'm going to be really guided to pull some The Universe Has Your Back cards. We'll see what messages come through from here. But this is such an awesome reading. I'm going to be doing an extended today on all my videos, so we will go into more about this venture and what other advice we've got, and so forth. And of course, we'll certainly go into this love relationship a little bit more. Not so much the past, because as I said, you've definitely come to the end of that cycle now. And my guide's saying you don't need to go there anymore, and you will definitely start to feel at peace with that. So do remember that. We'll do an overview as well in a second, because I do want to go back to these people here that are going to come in and really be of huge help. Let's have a look. Oh, there's no such thing as a mistake. Sorry, there you go. There's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. I am being guided to learn and grow. This is so apt for you guys. It's exactly what we've been talking about. There are no such things as mistakes, and this is both when it comes to this whole venture, and we spoke of that you seem to think, you're worried about making these mistakes. You think you have to have everything in order to move forward, and you don't. Don't make it complex, remember, like Einstein was saying. It's simple. And that goes with life, with everything. And the same here when it came to this love and the past love. There are no such thing as mistakes. Everything happens in divine order. You are being guided to learn and to grow. And that's definitely a mantra that would heed you well in repeating to yourself daily at the moment, because you're far too hard on yourself as far as, moving forward. And that's definitely the biggest message, is I keep saying, that's coming through. Let's pull another one out here. I am willing to see the sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Yes, 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 yes. And this is really important to note here as well. I'm going to hold that up so you can read that one more time. I am willing to see the same with others. This opens up my awareness to oneness. So heed that. And again, it's not that you don't like asking for help, but I think you're definitely guarded about people. And this is a reminder that, you don't need to be. And definitely with the energy, you will have someone prominent coming through here that has a real strong feminine energy. Not necessarily a woman, it could be a man, but definitely that has a very strong feminine kind of energy coming through, of groundedness. You won't be put off by this person though, because they certainly won't come across with any kind of ego or anything like that. But it's a reminder, and as well with this new love coming in, that you should be willing to see the sameness with others and opening up your awareness to oneness. So just let more people in, guys. That's what's needed here. Let more people in. See the nice side of people, because everyone that we cross our paths with, my guide is saying, in life, crosses your path for a reason. So we all must always look for what is it about, rather than this person's not for me, or this person can't help me, or, straight away shooting it down. Ask yourself, what is it that they've got? What message is in this connection? And that comes through life, through work, and in love. So just be more open. And then I'm going to pull out one more. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. And that's such a beautiful card. Oh, let me move that there in the light. Definitely a beautiful affirmation as well. I'm going to pull out some Work Your Light Rebecca Campbell cards here. And we're going to see what messages we can get through from your guides. I'm definitely being told here that you could do with meditating a little bit more. For those of you that already meditate, what I'm seeing is you need to do a bit of a deeper meditation, so more of a journey meditation. And if you do that already, there's more guides for you to meet that are waiting to meet you, to give you messages. And if some of you that aren't familiar with guided meditations or journey meditations, feel free to pop me an email. You can contact me through my website. And yeah, meditation is just food for the soul. It's something that's helped me on my spiritual journey more than anything. My guides reminded me to tell you what he tells me all the time, is that all the answers are within you. We don't listen to ourselves enough, and we don't go deep enough to get those messages. So definitely it's coming through that you need to do that a little bit more, because I mean, you listen, you're on a great trajectory anyway, and you really are in such a wonderful place. You're not at all need to do this or need to do that. You're really well rounded, and you've done a lot already, and you're ready to just boom, go. But of course, growth, is never ending, and evolving is never ending. And again, much like we had with the Empress here, it's just a reminder to go within a little bit more and to really look after yourself. And that's not just in, well, definitely, of course, in your physical, in the sense of, your body and so forth, but also in your inner self and your spirituality and, your inner energy and vibes and mind and heart. So definitely pay more attention, because you're going to be going on a big ride here, which is going to be full of joy and wonderfulness, and you're going to get the monetary outcome that you so deserve and hope for beyond your wildest dreams. Actually, it's going to go far better than you can even anticipate right now. But definitely remember to look after yourself along the way, again, inwardly and outwardly. Yes, the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And again, this is like the Magician and the Fool all over again, about finally getting out there. This is the start of such a beautiful journey for you, and this is just confirmation. I'd like you to note how in this card, guys, from this picture here, you can see you're sitting in the cave and you're looking outside the crack of that cave, and it's such a beautiful, magical world out there, right? You need to just walk out and grab it. Stop holding yourself back. This is the initiation. You're ready not only to move on with love, but most importantly move on with this, exciting project and new phase of your life. I'm so excited for you. There's so much goodness here. And then we've got dance with life. Do something to change your energy. You definitely need to do with that. This is such a powerful reading in the sense that, again, normally when I do a lot, well, certainly recently when I've done readings, it's, you have to work on this or you have to work on that. You are there. The only thing that's holding you back is you, but you've got everything you need, even though you don't think you have, you do. And I'm being repetitive, but I need to drill this into you. Dance with life. My guide's saying literally, as soon as you've listened to this reading, go put on, I'm hearing track 5. Whatever track 5 means to you right now, whatever's in your playlist or whatever's in your radio or not radio, sorry, your playlist or however you listen to music, go to track 5 and dance to it. That's all I'm hearing. Dance to it. It's time for change. It's time to leap forward and dance with life, literally. This is such a beautiful energy. I'm going to pull out 2 more cards for you. In fact, no, I'm going to be guided to pull out an affirmation here for you as well. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. And that should be your affirmation for this week. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. And again, this is just a reminder, dance with life, the initiation, it's time for you to start, darling. You've kind of stood still for too long, or you've been in this stalemate situation for too long. Go for it. I'm going to pull some music oracle cards. I love these. I'm going to pull one for you and one for this new love in the future. Obviously in the extenders, we're going to go a lot more into this love side and also this project that you have going on, because it's super exciting. But let me just pull one each. And these are the vibes that you're going to bring to each other. We've got Kate Bush for you. We've got Jimi Hendrix. Yes, what a duo. You're going to be bringing all the Kate Bush vibes, and they're going to be bringing the Jimi Hendrix. Let's look at Kate Bush. She's just awesome, isn't she? Never let go of mystery. Cultivate nostalgia for what never was. The arrows of desire are sometimes dipped in poison. Kate Bush is just amazing. Those are all the vibes that you're going to be bringing to this relationship. The never let go of mystery and the cultivate nostalgia for what never was. That's just reminding you again, the dance with life, and you're definitely going to be bringing back those energies. They're going to encourage that from you. But yeah, you're going to bring all the Kate Bush tunes. Jimi Hendrix. Only losers stay in tune. If you live in a room full of mirrors, all you will see is yourself. Technology is a tool, but it will never set you free. We all know about Jimi Hendrix and how cool they are. Just such a free, lone. I say lone. Jimmy had lots of friends, but they're just such a grounded person, right? That saw beyond what a lot of saw. And again, exactly all the energies. But they're going to be bringing Jimi Hendrix vibes. You're going to be bringing Kate Bush vibes. And it's just going to work. It's going to be just marvellous and wonderful and full of amazing energy. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. You certainly have got the biggest journey ahead of you. But it has nothing but goodness. You're going to reap rewards both financially and in love, as we saw down here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm sending you all the love and light. For those of you that are going to join me in the extended, let's look into this love situation a little bit more, shall we? Peace and love to you all, and extendeds, I'll see you in just a moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please comment below. I love to hear from you, not only in regards to this reading, did it resonate with you, but also what other videos would you like to see as well? So definitely leave a comment. Love to know where you're from, who you are. You know, these videos are made for you watching this right now. So I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the extended. And again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me dearly. Okay, peace out, guys. And I'll see you in just a second. Hello, pile 3. And those of you that chose Billie Holiday and this beautiful crystal, this is your reading, and we're going to be going, I'm going to just pop Billy up there, and we're going to be looking today at singles. What is next? So very excited. I love doing readings like this because it's always nice, as I said at the beginning, to get a bit of guidance and advice and a little look into what's to come. We've had some great readings today as well, so this I'm sure will be another one. Do remember, I mentioned this in the other piles, you know, if one pile, if you were slightly torn, do feel free to watch the other pile as well, because there could be messages in there for you. But right now we're going to concentrate on Billie Holiday, and again I'll go into her in just a second. I'm going to be using the Lunar Soul Tarot today, great little deck. Just for those of you that wonder, this deck, they're meant to be read upright, so I do like to keep the tradition of whichever deck I'm using. So if you see me flipping one over, then that's what we'll be doing today. So let's have a look. Queen of Cups, a great little start there. The Sun, oh, looking good. Knight of Swords. Two of Discs. The King of Cups, directly under the Queen. Oh, guys, this is looking good. Oh, the Ten of Cups. This is going to be a great reading. I'm seeing lots of love here. Let me get all the cards out and then we'll go dive straight into it. But yeah, so far, so good, guys. And then what have we got here? The Moon. And we have the Eight of Cups as well. Guys, this is a lovely spread. I will be pulling out as well lots of oracles and affirmation cards and things like that. But let's just dive straight in, shall we? The first thing I can tell you, you know, my pile 2 was very much, there was love in there as well, of course. It was a lovely reading, in fact, so full of joy. You too, this though, they were predominantly in regards to their career. This is all about love, guys. You absolutely have love coming into your life. Those of you that may have been single for a long time or recently broke up, I can tell you now, there is a relationship coming, for sure. Obviously, we start here with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. And definitely, just so you're aware, by the way, I do read through my guides. So, you know, a lot of messages will be coming through from there. And really, the cards just act as a kind of trigger for that. So yes, we're seeing lots of love energy in here. Definitely, I'm getting the vibe here. And what we're seeing is that the Queen of Cups represents yourself and the King of Cups represents your future love. Regardless whether you're female or male, you know, we're talking about energy, not necessarily, you know, the sex of someone. So definitely one thing I will say is that you're going to be so in tune with this new love of yours. Obviously we see both cups here, which is just glorious. You know, it's going to be one of those cases where immediately from the start, not immediately from the start actually, I'll come back to that in a moment, but you're very much going to be very much in harmony, you know, and very much intertwined in similar things, similar hobbies, and, you know, you both beat to the same drum, so to speak. You both love deeply. You know, obviously we all know what the cups represent, so we're talking about great passion and warmth, and, you know, I get the feeling that they're going to be slightly more romantic than you. You're romantic, but maybe for some of you, you're a bit of a hidden romantic. Sometimes, you can cringe a little, but they are going to be full on, boom, romance. So get ready to be swept off your feet, because that's certainly what's going to be happening here. But yeah, you definitely going to have experiences with this person that, impact your heart in just magical ways. I'm just feeling, literally, I'm tingling right now with the magic that's running through. You're going to feel it's very much going to be a completed, energy. I'm getting vibes here that we're looking at a long-term romance, possibly even life partner, probably even life partner, I will say. One thing that came up, my guide mentioned here, he kind of laughed when I said about you're going to be, boom, straight away. And actually, at the start, this isn't something that you would typically go for on first impressions. The analogy I'll use, the kind of vibe that's coming through here is, this is why apps like Tinder or those type of things, they're not great. And the reason being is because you just see a picture and you swipe and swipe and swipe. But I'd like you to think back of all the people that have managed to capture your heart, in whether it be a small way or big way in the past, and, people that you've fancied or been with. And, would you have just off of that first picture swiped them? Probably not in a lot of cases. So it's the same thing here, that we're asking you to be reminded, that you really need to get to know a person before you make up your mind. But my goodness, you will make up your mind, and it will be a positive one, and the result of that will be absolute magic. A real feeling of completeness. We've got the beautiful Sun card here, which is a beautiful card and just shows love. We've even got the two people coming together here. There's even a unicorn in there, and it just really is going to shine bright from the start. You're not going to see many troubles here at all. We are being reminded, though, certainly with the two of this over here, is that, make sure that you balance things. It's going to be such a whirlwind from the get-go, or soon as you get over your first preconceptions, it's going to be such a whirlwind that you just need to remember to make sure that you're balancing both that love and your actual life, i.e. work, etc., and everything else that you have in your normal life, and make sure that you keep that balance. But you will do, this isn't a warning, it's just a reminder, because they will sweep you off your feet in every sense of the word. In every sense of the word. They're super level-headed, much as you are as well. I mean, you definitely bring the creative and that passion. They very much bring the whole, level-headedness and more, I want to say managerial almost, and not in a boring sense of, the manager of the office, but, they very much a little bit more well, you're both grounded, in fact. Both, again, you share so many similarities, but you will definitely bring that slightly more creative, passionate side, and they will be a little bit more keep things in order, if you like. So be ready to be looked after, which is something, we certainly, with the Queen, we see a very fierce and very, in your own right, you look after yourself and you take care of yourself, and really you don't need anyone else, but this person will complement you. And not only that, but they will actually look after you for a change, which I very much am getting the feeling that you're the type of person that looks after others and cares and nurtures others, which you're wonderful at, by the way. So yay you, because you're I'm getting very good vibes off of you right now. So you should give yourself more of a pat on the back than than you do already, my guide's saying. But yeah, this will be a person that finally lets you put your feet up. You tend to worry about other people a lot and feel the need to be there and fix people. Whereas actually, and I'm also getting that, we'll pull some more cards for this, but I'm seeing in the past that, the relationships you might have gone for are relationships where you've needed to fix people. Whereas in this instance, you're finally going to get someone that doesn't need fixing. They're already there. They're already great. And it will be such a beautiful change of events, because for the first time, you're actually going to be the one that's going to be looked after. So I'm just feeling a sense of like weight off your shoulders and you putting your feet up, because there's nothing that you need worry about. They've got it all taken care of. This is definitely someone that your family and your friends are absolutely going to adore as well. When I said magical, in every sense of the word, that, when people when your people first meet this person, they will absolutely love them for you. And mostly because of the way they see that they treat you and the awareness that they have as far as you're concerned. You know, you very much will always be the top of this person's priority and thoughts in all actions that they do. And your friends and your relatives, they see this, you know, and your people see this. So they love that about them, and it's something which really does shine brightly through, and that they're very excited about for sure. There's definitely an element coming through. You know, the two of you together are quite a force to be reckoned with. I mean, obviously we've got the king and queen. You couldn't get any higher than that, in the sense that, you know, you're a power couple without any shadow of a doubt, and not just in love, which you both are so, as I said, your relationship will be very mushy, romantic, and full of just undenying, unquivering abundance of love. Oh, I'm getting such lovely vibes for you right now. But also, you're going to be quite a force to be reckoned with on all other fronts. You know, I definitely see you forming partnerships together, whatever you decide to do. I see you both in leadership roles. You know, you're very influential as a couple. I mean, even as solitary on your own, you're very influential. So when you come together as a couple, that is just, you know, super influence, super power, super control and leadership. But yeah, so there's definitely going to be, you know, I almost want to say, not that I see necessarily business together in the future, possibly for some of you, but if you do decide to go that route, you're going to be kick-ass at it. You know, it's a perfect partnership, but big influence as a couple for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. Also in regards to, the relationship, it is going to be very much, you know, one of the things that you're going to enjoy with each other is that you both pull each other up in quite a fun way. So, you know when you get, not teasing, so to speak, almost teasing, if you like, the nice side of teasing. You know, you keep each other on your toes. We see that with the Knight of Swords here. You know, and this speaks of eagerness and just, yeah, I almost see a bit of a, not immature in a bad way, but a real beautiful, immature kind of flirtatious teasing with each other. So, you know, it's going to be fun. Fun is what I'm seeing. Huge fun. I definitely see big travels on the horizon as well. Big travels, which is wonderful. So definitely a lot of travel in your future, without a shadow of a doubt. And as I said, you know, I really do think that, I mean, whether those of you that believe in marriage or those of you that don't, either way, this is looking, you know, has the potential to be an absolute lifelong partner. So that is super exciting. And we've also got the Moon and the Eight of Cups here, and this is just a reminder, again, certainly in relation to the Eight of Cups, you know, you see this chap, and he's rowing away from these cups, and there's just a little crab holding up all of the cups there, and it's just reminding you to let go of the things that, you know, in this case, you know, I'm not going to read the Eight of Cups for exactly what it means there, because the message that's coming through from my guides here is it's just reminding you to don't focus on the worries and don't run away from things. And certainly as an example, at the beginning of this relationship, you know, don't be too quick to judge, because actually there's a lot there. You know, there's a lot there. You see this chap rowing away, I suppose it could be depicted like that. But yeah, don't run away. You know, you need to find that little bit more of depth, so to speak. And again, with the moon, it's another reminder of, you know, reflection is what's coming to mind here, and just peace and harmony. I mean, obviously we see the sun and the moon towards the end of the major arcana, and it's just reminding us to, I almost want to say, you know, we are a mirror and something to heed. And again, it's not an issue, it's a very lovely relationship that's about to occur here, but it's finally kind of, you know, just to remember that if you imagine the moon as a reflection, a mirror, You know, the moon is just showing off whatever is reflected into it, is what it's giving out. So this is where, on a good side, you're both going to, you know, you both complement each other so much because you're both very high vibed, high spirited, positive and so forth. But also, you know, you are very emotional creatures. We're both obviously looking at the cup side of things here, which is just speak of emotions and passion and matters of the heart. That do remember that as easy as both, and this goes for both of you, you are to be lifted up. You know, it's easy. Sometimes your heart may be a bit fragile and your mind might be a bit fragile to each other. So it's just being, the word I'm looking for is just being mindful that, you know, whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. And that's very much a situation with you guys here. This is so lovely. I want to find out more. Let's find out about let's ask some more questions. So we'll look at where you're likely to meet this person, because that's not come up yet and I've not got any messages. So guides and spirit, I'm asking, where are these people going to meet? Do you know each other already? I mean, we'll go into this, of course, deeper on the extended. Oh, we have the Hanged One. Okay. And we have Four of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. So it definitely, it keeps going back, and just because it needs to be reminded to you, certainly with the Seven of Cups, that, you know, your first thoughts, you're just going to think too much into it, whereas you don't need to think at all. Simplicity, guys, simplicity. Don't think too much when you meet this person. Don't be that swiper on Tinder, you know. Get to know them. But definitely there's going to be a party here. And I'm seeing that it's almost a party of friends and so forth. So certainly some kind of party or gathering that you go to or attend, or celebration of some kind. This is where you're going to meet this person. So they will be connected in some roundabout way. I'm certainly not getting the vibe, and just to confirm here, yeah, that you know this person already. This is going to be a new person coming in. But it's going to be, you know, the state of mind you're going to be in, which is why we see the Hanged Man here, or the Hanged One, and the Seven of Cups, which we're relating to, you know, for them, it's love at first sight as far as you're concerned, but for you, your initial thing is, you know, it's not like they catch your eye and you think, wow, who is this person? And the reason for that is, I think, it's your headspace when you meet them, you know. You're very much kind of hanging in the balance. Obviously, we see the Hanged Man here, which speaks of someone that, you know, isn't quite sure yet what's happening, and is in a little bit of a, I don't want to say down period, because I get the feeling that even though, yes, you've had some, you know, tough time, shall we say, it's nothing that you've found a lot of peace. I get the idea that you've definitely been working on yourself a lot, and they're actually, you know, we never need to meet people to complete us, and that's not what I'm saying here, but they're going to be a very big booster or thrust for you to finally tip over that edge that you've been trying to get to. I definitely, as I said, see you as someone that's been working on yourself for a long time. And listen, you know, I get a lot of people in these readings, they say, what do you mean work more on myself? It's all I've been doing, you know, it's all I do, and you're telling me I've got to do more. We're always evolving, guys, you know, nothing is ever perfect. No one reaches perfect and the top. Even, you know, we saw Albert Einstein there, Billie Holiday, all of these people, no one ever gets to the top. If you do, then you need to ask yourself some questions, because you can never be fully there. So you're always pushing forward. And what I'm seeing with you is you absolutely have been doing that over the last few years, and certainly recent times. So it's not a case of you're not there yet. You're very much are, but they're just going to really thrust you into that next space. And for whatever reason, at this event where you meet, or, you know, celebration, or get together that you do meet this person at, you're not going to be on your best form that day. You know, it's quite a pinnacle card, this, and it's for, you're just not going to be on your best form, which is why you've got these negative slight connotations. And, you know, rather than if you're feeling at the top of your game, you know, you chat to anyone, you give anyone a go, right? So just be mindful of that when you first meet them, you know, just be more open to people, full stop, is the message that's coming through. Give people more of a chance. You know, everyone we meet, and it's funny, you've got a lot of intertwining moments actually with pile number 2. But every time you meet somebody, you know, people cross our paths for a reason, even the not so great people. So it's just a reminder here that People cross our paths for a reason, and you need to start asking what that reason is, you know, rather than, oh, don't like that person, oh, they're not for me, and pushing aside. You know, take the best out of everyone you meet, because there's always messages and lessons and so forth that we can take. And definitely when it comes to them, you're being asked to do that. I'm going to pull out some character cards here for different energies that both of you will bring to this relationship. I love that this is all about love, more than any of the other piles. I mean, the other piles did have love in them, but yours is just all about love. Let's bring in some... So we're going to have a look at the energy that you bring. And we've got Tina Turner energy, yes. I love Tina Turner. And then let's also have a look. They're going to be bringing in some Janis Joplin vibes. I love this. So, of course, with Tina Turner, with yourself, we all know Tina Turner, burst of energy. It's not what happens that matters. I'm going to read the card here. If you want to pause that and have a read yourself, please do. But I'm going to read it out. So, it's not what happens that matters. It's how you deal with it. Purge your life of whatever brings you down. The most beautiful lotus blooms in the deepest mud. Yeah, you know, you're definitely going to be bringing Tina vibes, but also a reminder here, like Tina, it's not what happens that matters, it's how you deal with it. So remember that in the first meeting as well. They're going to be bringing all the Janis Joplin vibes. I love Janis Joplin, and isn't this card just wonderful? Feel free to pause that, but I am going to read it here. Evolve, but don't compromise. You're all you've got. The power of love must replace the love of power. You are far greater than the sum of your fears. And again, you know, this just speaks of, again, they're going to be bringing the Janis Joplin vibes. They put you on such, you know, people always say don't put me on a pedestal, but they do it in a great way, not a negative way, but they really do. Oh, getting such wonderful vibes. This is a great person you're about to meet. We mentioned earlier about how they will always put you first and always, you know, you're going to be looked after. They really do, in a really unselfish, beautiful way. This person has a huge, huge heart, and I'm feeling nothing but love and beautiful energy. I'm going to pull a card out here, a message that they could bring you if they were here now. And of course, in the extended, we'll go further into their character and so forth. But if they were here now, what would they say? What's a message that they would like you to think on? And this is now, not when you meet or not down the line, but this is now. If they could give you a message right now, this is what it would be. Shine from within. Isn't that a lovely card? So shine from within. I'm going to read it out to you. Looks are only skin deep. It's like they know, they're preparing of when you're going to first meet. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within. And it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. And this is the essence. Oh, what a beautiful message. This is their essence of how they're going to be with you. They're always going to encourage you to, you know, they're going to see you for who you are, you know, exactly who you are, not just on the outside, but for exactly who you are. And, you know, one thing I will say, you definitely tend to look more and worry about your outwardly rather than your inwardly. And this person, we said that they're going to give you that thrust because they're going to remind you of all the most important things to you as a person. And this is why I said they're unselfish, not anything to do with them, but they really want you to shine and be happy within you and for you. Oh, this is such a cool person, guys. Such a cool person. I hope you've enjoyed this little reading. What I'm going to do is we're going to go to the extendeds now. So we'll go into more about them and what character they are. We'll try and look at perhaps work and that kind of thing. And yeah, just look a little bit deeper, and we'll ask some questions as well. But this is a lovely reading. You've got big love coming your way. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and also where you're from and who you are. I love to hear back from you guys. Essentially, this channel is for you watching this right now. So introduce yourself. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It helps me so much. And again, for those of you that do click on watch my ads, thank you so much. It's the best energy exchange. You know, it is a wonderful energy exchange. People always say, oh, can I donate or can I do this? It's like, no, just watch my ads and click on them every now and then. It's such little of your time, but you don't understand how much it helps my channel and essentially, you know, my family. So thank you so much for those of you that do that. Again, thank you for being here. You've got so much to look forward to. Let's find out a little bit more in the extended. So click the link below. You'll see it in my comments and also in the description. And I will see you soon. Peace and love, guys. You've got a lot to look forward to. Let's have a look what's next and look a bit more about them.